Have you ever considered that some of your everyday habits, the ones that seem completely harmless, might actually be making your glaucoma worse? It might sound unlikely, but recent findings from my health experts and glaucoma specialists are uncovering a surprising connection between routine actions and rising intraocular pressure, an issue that can quietly accelerate damage to your optic nerve without any early warning signs. In today's video, we'll take a closer look at 5 common behaviors that could be interfering with your treatment. More importantly, you'll learn practical ways to adjust these habits and support your eye health more effectively. Whether you've been managing glaucoma for years or were recently diagnosed, these strategies could help protect your vision moving forward. Let's explore what may be working against you, and what you can start doing differently today. Sign number 1. Ignoring high intraocular pressure. There's a reason glaucoma is called the silent thief of sight. Intraocular pressure can rise quietly, with no redness, no pain, and no symptoms to warn you. But behind the scenes, that pressure can slowly damage the optic nerve, damage that's irreversible. Many people over 60 believe that if they can still see clearly, everything must be fine. Unfortunately, that belief can lead to delayed treatment, and by the time vision starts to fade, it's often too late to undo the harm. The truth is, elevated eye pressure is one of the few factors you can control in glaucoma management. Research from Harvard and other leading institutions confirms that treating ocular hypertension early can significantly reduce the risk of vision loss over time. That's why routine eye exams become even more important after age 65. Once every year or two should be your standard. If you've been prescribed medicated drops, like prostaglandin analogs, it's critical to use them consistently. Missing doses allows pressure to build back up, which can quietly undo your progress. To stay on track, try setting phone reminders or keeping your drops near your toothbrush to create a reliable habit. Even using a weekly pill organizer can make a difference. Simple adjustments like these may not seem dramatic, but they could help protect your vision for years to come. And while you're focused on lowering that pressure, there's another everyday habit that might be quietly working against you, one that often starts with a steaming cup in the morning. Sign number 2. Excessive caffeine intake. For many people, especially those over 60, that first cup of coffee in the morning isn't just a habit, it's a comforting ritual. But what most don't realize is that consuming too much caffeine may be quietly working against your eye health. Research from glaucoma experts shows that drinking more than 3 to 5 cups of coffee a day can temporarily raise intraocular pressure, particularly in those already at risk. Caffeine increases the production of fluid inside the eye, and when that fluid doesn't drain efficiently, as is often the case with glaucoma, it leads to a rise in pressure that can gradually harm the optic nerve. Now, that doesn't mean you need to give up coffee entirely. Small adjustments can make a big difference. Consider switching to decaf or enjoying herbal teas like chamomile, rooibos, or ginger, which are gentle on the eyes and free from caffeine. If you rely on coffee for energy, try a protein-rich breakfast or a short walk instead. Both can provide a natural boost without affecting your eye pressure. Staying hydrated is also essential. Many older adults overlook the importance of balancing caffeine with water, but dehydration can throw off the body's fluid balance, including in the eyes. A helpful rule is to drink a glass of water for every cup of coffee. These simple steps not only support glaucoma management, but also contribute to better overall health. And while we're on the subject of healthy habits, it's worth looking at the kind of exercise you're doing, because not all workouts are equally safe for those managing glaucoma. Sign number 3. Improper exercise, strain, head-down poses. Lifting heavy weights, holding your breath during a set, or doing head-down yoga poses might feel energizing, but for anyone managing glaucoma, these activities can quietly cause harm. Movements that involve straining or inverting the body can cause sharp increases in intraocular pressure, putting extra stress on the optic nerve. And unlike sore muscles after a workout, the damage to your vision isn't something you can recover from. The optic nerve is sensitive, and with every pressure spike, the risk of long-term damage increases. The good news is that low-impact activity works just as well, without the hidden risks. Research shows that something as simple as walking an extra 1,000 steps a day can help reduce visual field loss. Gentle, consistent movement like walking, swimming, or Tai Chi not only supports optic nerve health but also helps regulate pressure and improve your overall mood. These types of exercise are especially beneficial because they build routine into your day, which can also support medication adherence. If you enjoy strength training, consider switching to resistance bands. They provide muscle engagement without the need for intense straining. Applying these changes doesn't have to be complicated. You can plan a 20-minute walk around your neighborhood, team up with a friend for motivation, and even line it up with your morning eye drop routine so it becomes a natural part of your schedule. Yoga can still be a great option, just skip the inversions. Focus instead on standing or seated poses that stretch and strengthen without adding pressure to the eyes. And don't forget to stay hydrated, just like we discussed earlier in the context of caffeine and eye pressure. Small choices, when practiced consistently, really do make a difference. But while you're getting your body in sync, there are other lifestyle habits that might be quietly working against you, ones you may not expect. Sign number 4, smoking and heavy drinking. Most people know that smoking harms the lungs and that alcohol should be consumed in moderation, especially with age. But when it comes to glaucoma, these two habits can quietly work together to damage your vision in ways that aren't always obvious. Smoking reduces blood flow and increases oxidative stress, meaning your optic nerve receives less of the oxygen and nutrients it needs to function properly. Over time, this lack of nourishment can accelerate vision loss. Studies consistently show that smoking speeds up the progression of glaucoma, while excessive alcohol intake may also raise intraocular pressure, adding another layer of risk. Even if it doesn't feel like much, the pattern adds up. A cigarette here and a drink there may seem harmless, but they can interfere with how well your treatments work. You could be diligent with your eye drops, yet regular smoking or heavy drinking can cancel out those efforts by weakening your optic nerve or disrupting your body's ability to manage pressure. Some researchers even suggest that smoking damages blood vessels so severely that the eye loses its ability to recover from ongoing stress. It's not just about the pressure anymore, it's about how your body responds to it. The good news is that cutting back is more doable now than ever. There are nicotine patches, medications, support groups, and apps that guide people step by step through the quitting process. As for alcohol, you don't necessarily have to cut it out completely unless your doctor advises it, but limiting intake to a few times a week can help stabilize your intraocular pressure. Swapping that evening drink for a calming herbal tea or even a modern mocktail can help protect your eyes while still giving you something to unwind with. Many herbal blends even complement your glaucoma goals, lowering stress and supporting better hydration at the same time. Making these shifts doesn't just help your eyes. Many people report better sleep, clearer thinking, and more energy once they reduce smoking and drinking. And that brings us to another hidden factor in glaucoma that doesn't get talked about enough: how the quality of your sleep could be shaping the health of your eyes more than you think. Sign number 5, poor sleep patterns and sleep apnea. Most people don't realize that while the body rests at night, the eyes are still hard at work. It's during sleep that important repair processes happen behind the scenes. But when sleep is inconsistent, whether it's too short, too long, or interrupted by snoring and frequent waking, it can quietly undermine those efforts. Large-scale studies, including one that tracked over 400,000 adults, have shown a strong link between irregular sleep, insomnia, and sleep apnea with a higher risk of glaucoma. That's because poor sleep disrupts the natural rhythm of intraocular pressure and limits oxygen delivery to the optic nerve, making it harder for the eye to stay healthy over time. Improving sleep won't happen overnight, but it's absolutely possible. A good starting point is aiming for 7 to 9 hours of quality rest, ideally in a cool, quiet, and dark environment. Simple changes like avoiding screens before bed, installing blackout curtains, and sticking to a consistent bedtime can all help improve sleep quality. If you wake up feeling unrefreshed or if your partner notices loud snoring or pauses in your breathing, it may be time to talk to your doctor about sleep apnea. It's surprisingly common in older adults and can quietly contribute to glaucoma progression if left untreated. The benefits of better sleep go beyond just eye health. It also helps with memory, mood, and even medication consistency. And speaking of that, let's take a look at what happens when those prescribed eye drops aren't taken exactly as they should be. Bonus sign: medication adherence and follow-up. Let's be real, eye drops aren't the easiest part of glaucoma management. They're easy to forget, sometimes uncomfortable to apply, and if your hands aren't as steady as they once were, it can turn into a frustrating task. But here's what matters most. Missing doses, even just a few times a week, can cause intraocular pressure to rise again, quietly undoing the progress your treatment is meant to protect. Glaucoma isn't forgiving when it comes to routine. Consistency truly is everything. Fortunately, there are simple ways to make staying on track much easier. One method is to link your eye drops with another daily habit, like brushing your teeth or brewing your morning coffee. This kind of habit pairing helps reinforce the behavior without needing extra mental effort. If reminders help, set alarms on your phone, or ask a family member to check in. There are even weekly organizers designed for eye drops, small tools that make a big difference when used consistently. And just as important as your daily routine are your regular checkups. These follow-up appointments aren't just another date on the calendar. They're your doctor's way of monitoring how your intraocular pressure is responding to treatment and whether any adjustments are needed. Think of them as essential checkpoints that help keep your vision on track. Skipping these visits is like driving with a blindfold. You don't see the problem until it's too late. Staying committed to both your treatment and your follow-ups not only protects your eyes, but also supports your independence and long-term quality of life. And now that we've covered the practical side of glaucoma care, let's rewind and open this journey with a message that started it all. Now that you've seen the 5 everyday habits that could be quietly affecting your vision, take a moment to think, how many of these were part of your routine? Maybe it was 1, maybe more, and that's completely okay. Most people simply haven't been told how much these small things matter. But now you know, and that means you've got the tools to make a real difference in protecting your eyesight moving forward. If one of these habits stood out to you, leave a comment below and share which change you're planning to start with. Will you be cutting back on caffeine, improving your sleep routine, or setting up better reminders for your medication? Your experience could encourage someone else who's facing the same challenges, and it always feels good to know you're not alone. And if this video gave you a new perspective or something helpful to act on, give it a like and share it with someone you care about. These insights can go a long way in helping others too. Make sure to subscribe and turn on notifications so you don't miss future videos packed with practical, life-improving health tips. And before you go, there's another video on the screen right now that's filled with even more strategies to help you stay sharp, active, and healthy as you age. Go ahead and click. It could be the next step in transforming how you take care of your health.